Greetings everyone, Raymond Lacoste here with StormWind Studios, and I want to take this opportunity to save you money. Now, how am I going to save you money? Well, I am going to give you 6 tips to save more money with AWS. Why? Because I saved 50% because it was on sale. So how are you going to save money with AWS? Well, first and foremost, you want to pick the right size EC2 instance. It's as simple as this. Don't use an instance that is going to give you more than you need. More what? More CPU, more memory, more storage, more networking. If you use an instance that gives you more than what you need, then you are paying for resources that you don't actually need. So don't over provision, and also don't under provision. So to make sure you don't over or under provision your resources, you want to adapt. So if you realize you've overed or under provisioned, scale up, scale down, scale in, scale out. That's right, adapt as the needs of your business change. I want you to take a look at reserved or spot pricing. A lot of people are only familiar with on-demand pricing because they haven't, taken the time to learn about what is reserve pricing or what is spot pricing when it comes to AWS. Well, reserve pricing is essentially a contract between you and AWS that states for the next year or 3 years, you can do an all, partial, or no upfront payments, and for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, for that 1 or 3 year time frame, you will pay this amount of money on an hourly basis for that instance. You might be saying, wow, geez, that's a lot of money. Well, wait. If you compare that same time frame to on-demand pricing, you could save up to 75% if you use reserved instances over on-demand pricing over that period of time. So plan ahead. Spot pricing. Ooh, this is an interesting one. It's like playing the stock market. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set a certain price limit that I want to pay for using an EC2 instance. If the price is below that value, then the instances are going to be launched and I will be able to use those instances for what I want to use them for. However, if the price goes above that value, so let's say I pick 10 cents and the price goes above 10 cents per hour, then those instances are going to be terminated or no instances are going to be launched. Why? Because it's above my price. So I bid on spare EC2 computing capacity that's not being used at that moment in time, and I could save up to 90% over on-demand pricing. That's right, up to 90%. That's a huge cost savings. So in your organization, if you plan properly, you're going to have a mixture of on-demand pricing, reserve pricing, and spot pricing, so that way there you can save as much money as possible running those EC2 instances. Now, do not pay for something you are not using. How many times have you told somebody in your household, shut off the light when you're exiting the room, right? Your child leaves their bedroom, they leave the light on. Eventually you realize the light's on and you remind them again. I don't want to pay for something I'm not using, meaning I don't want to pay for that electricity if nobody's in that room. Same thing here. Terminate instances that are not being used. Now, if you're using reserve pricing, you're going to pay for it no matter what, whether it's running or not. That's the idea behind reserve pricing, but you're going to save a lot of money. So I'm talking about on-demand instances here. If there are on-demand instances running and you're not using them to their potential or using them at all, terminate them. Get rid of them because you don't want to pay for something you are not actually using at that moment in time. Now, EBS volumes are going to be used with our EC2 instances. So if you have EBS volumes that are no longer attached to an EC2 instance, or you have snapshots of EBS volumes that are no longer needed, then you're paying for storage that is not needed anymore. So if you come across any EBS volumes or snapshots in your account that you're no longer utilizing or no longer need, make sure you delete them so you don't pay for that storage anymore. I really like being advised on things that I, well, need to be advised about. And we have this tool that's given to us by AWS called the Trusted Advisor. And I want you to use Trusted Advisor. AWS wants you to use Trusted Advisor. Why is that? Because Trusted Advisor is going to scour your account and locate resources and services and features that you can save money on. What? Did Raymond just say that properly? I did. Trusted Advisor will go through your account and find areas that you can save money on, as well as other things, but I really like the saving money aspect of it. So AWS created a tool that will allow me to pay them less money. Huh, that is great. I love this tool. So take advantage of Trusted Advisor. One of the things that people get or forget about, that's what I'm trying to say, forget about is elastic IP addresses. So here's an example. Elastic IP address is simply a public IP address that's given to you by AWS. And I might need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. And then I associate those public IP addresses with EC2 instances. If I am using those public IP addresses on EC2 instances, I don't pay for them. That's right, I don't pay for them if I'm using them. I only pay for them if they're associated with my account and I'm not using them. So AWS does this so you're not hoarding public IPv4 addresses. They'll start charging you for them if you're not actually using them. So Trusted Advisor will look to see if you have any unused elastic IP addresses and warn you about them, so that way there you can give them back so you no longer have to pay for them. So there's a great advantage of using Trusted Advisor. Autoscale. Use CloudWatch. What does that mean? Well, CloudWatch is going to allow me to monitor my resources. So let's say we have instances running and they're in a group and the CPU utilization gets to 80%. Well, then we can use auto scaling to scale up. So that way there as a group, we add more servers to the group and then CPU utilization goes down. But we can also use this in reverse, meaning that if we have a whole bunch of servers that are part of an auto-scaling group and resource utilization drops, let's say down to 20% amongst the group, then we take a server away. So every time as a group, if those servers combined equal 20%, take a server away, take a server away, take a server away. So that way there we don't have to pay for servers and resources that we don't really need to pay for. So we can grow and shrink the number of instances to meet the needs of our organization automatically and save us money. And lastly here, Cost Explorer. With Cost Explorer, you're going to have the ability to keep track of costs. You'll be able to keep track of usage trends. You'll even be able to keep an eye on your billing. So set up billing alerts so that way there you'll be notified if your bills get out of control, meaning that you get a bill that's going to be coming in that's way more than you anticipated. So you might say, well, on average, we only spend $200, or not even on average. Maximum we've ever spent over the last year has only ever been $150. I am going to set a billing alert at $200. So if we ever go over $200, I'm going to be notified right away, so that way there we can take action and adjust resource usage as needed. So folks, I really hope you would take advantage of my tips for saving money with AWS. Until next time, folks, everyone here at StormWind Studios wishes you the utmost fantastic journey with AWS. Take care, everyone, and bye for now.